My father-in-law passed away, so I called my husband several times, but I couldn't reach him easily. Finally, just before the wake, I received a call from my husband.
What's the matter? You've been calling so many times.
I quietly told my husband, who sounded annoyed. Where are you right now?
Huh? I told you. I'm back home visiting my dad.
Oh, your parents' house.
What's wrong? I'm at the hospital visiting my dad, so I gotta go.
At that moment, I dropped the bomb. Your father has passed away.
What?
I informed my husband, who was speechless on the phone. I heard from your sister yesterday morning that your father was in critical condition, and I managed to get there before his last moments. I'm currently at the house where you should be.
What? Is this a joke? My dad passed away? Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I tried calling you several times. You're the one who didn't answer. So, where are you now? After this, my foolish husband is going to hell for this. My name is Angelica. I'm 33 years old and I'm a full-time working mother. After graduating from university, I joined a major pharmaceutical company. I loved my job, and I worked hard. However, before I knew it, I was in my late 20s with no boyfriend. My parents started asking me if I was ever going to get married. Feeling pressured, I decided to participate in a matchmaking party. There, I met Christian, who would later become my husband. Apparently, Christian is working as the next successor in his childless uncle's company. I was gradually attracted to Christian with his good looks and masculine qualities. So when Christian asked me out, I felt like I was on cloud 9. After a year of dating, he proposed to me.
I will make you happy. Angelica, so marry me.
Thank you, Christian. I'm really happy. And so, we became engaged. After introducing ourselves to my parents, it was time to visit Christian's family. His mother had already passed away, and his family consisted of his father and his lawyer sister, Courtney. While on our way to his hometown, Christian revealed something.
Actually, I'm not on good terms with my sister, you know?
Really? I had no idea.
Since we were kids, she excelled in everything and is quite tomboyish. Even now, I can't quite measure up to her.
I wonder if your sister will like me then. Nervously, we arrived at his family's house. Contrary to my expectations, Courtney welcomed me with a smile. She had a short pixie haircut and a straightforward personality, treating me with kindness. Christian's father greeted me with a firm handshake and a warm smile.
Angelica, he may be my foolish son, but please, take care of him.
Oh, please. Dad, please don't be too formal. At this point, my sister-in-law chimed in. Christian, now that you're starting a family, you better tighten up and take responsibility. If you ever betray Angelica, you won't get away with it easily.
Got it, Courtney.
And that's how our first visit to the in-laws concluded. After that, Christian and I had our wedding, and we started living together about 3 hours away from his parents. What I realized after getting married is that Christian couldn't do any household chores. Well, he had lived alone before, so maybe it's more accurate to say he just didn't do them. Clothes were scattered all over the floor, and he wouldn't even bother to clean up after meals. I took care of everything for a while, thinking we're still newlyweds. But as the months went by, the stress naturally built up. I asked Christian to help with the housework once, but he casually responded with this.
That's the wife's job after marriage, isn't it? Are you out of your mind if you think I'm going to do it?
I was astonished and couldn't say a word. No matter how much I complained afterward, Christian didn't improve his attitude. Around the second year of this lifestyle, I found out I was pregnant. Christian was overjoyed, eagerly anticipating whether it would be a boy or a girl. My in-laws were delighted, and even my father-in-law and sister-in-law said,
Angelica, take care of yourself and deliver a healthy child.
That's right. Feel free to make use of Christian. Angelica, always prioritize yourself. I was genuinely happy that everyone blessed the birth of our child. However, even with morning sickness kicking in, Christian still didn't help with housework. Despite my discontent, I had to endure and handle household chores while suffering through morning sickness. While I was 8 months pregnant, Christian suddenly said,
"Hey, Angelica, I'm thinking of taking paternity leave. My uncle, the company president, suggested it too."
"Really?"
"Oh, I saw a special on TV the other day about male maternity leave. I thought being an involved dad is cool."
Involved dads are men who take an active role in childcare. Learning that Christian aspired to be one made me happy. "Thank you. I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed. I'd be happy if you could help with childcare and housework."
"Leave it to me."
I thought that things would change once the baby was born. At that time, I still held such naive thoughts. Later, I gave birth without incident. We named the child a girl, Mia. Christian took 6 months of paternity leave and started staying at home when Mia was born. However, Christian still didn't help with childcare or housework.
"Little Mia is so cute."
He would say things like that while happily holding our daughter, but as soon as the diaper got wet or Mia started crying because she was hungry, he would immediately pass her to me. "It's gross when the diaper is wet. Change it, please."
"Huh? I don't want to do such a dirty thing."
"Ugh, then can you at least vacuum the floor?"
"It's a pain in the ass. I don't even know how to do it. Why don't you do it?"
At this rate, he won't even bother trying to learn housework, let alone childcare. My body is in shambles from the birth of my child, and I'm not getting enough sleep from breastfeeding. But while I'm busy with housework and childcare, what is Christian doing? Christian would just be lazing around at home on his phone. Every once in a while, he'd wander off somewhere, eat out, do some shopping, and come back. What was the point of taking paternity leave? That thought made me frustrated. I even thought about reporting it to my father-in-law or sister-in-law, but I reconsidered, fearing it would only cause unnecessary discord. Meanwhile, Mia was growing up healthy, and Christian, after his paternity leave ended, went back to work at the company. His workload suddenly increased, and he started spending less time at home. Household chores and childcare were still left entirely to me, with Christian rarely at home. I began to wonder if there was any need for us to stay married. Around that time, Christian told me something unexpected.
"My older sister contacted me, saying that Dad has been hospitalized."
"What? Is your father okay?"
"Who knows? I'm planning to visit him this weekend."
And so we ended up going to the town where my father-in-law lived the following weekend.
"Oh, little Mia, it's been a while. You've grown so much."
On the bed, my father-in-law happily held his granddaughter Mia. My sister-in-law told me that my father-in-law's body was being consumed by cancer. He was about to undergo treatment. My gentle father-in-law facing such a situation shocked me. "Courtney, if there's anything we can do, please let us know." Upon saying this, my sister-in-law shook her head. "It's okay, I'll take care of Dad. Angelica, you're busy with childcare, right? But just occasionally come and visit. That way, Dad will be happy." "Okay." And so we returned to our usual life. After that, Christian occasionally went back to our hometown to visit his father. I said I would go too, but Christian told me to stay home and watch Mia. I was unable to show up due to the distance. Instead, I frequently sent videos of Mia to my father-in-law's phone and communicated with him through text messages. Time passed, and it had been about 6 months since my father-in-law was hospitalized. Christian continued with his usual routine, overtime on weekdays and visiting his father on weekends, leaving him hardly at home. We couldn't find time for ourselves as a couple. One day I noticed an unfamiliar tablet in the closet. I wondered if Christian had bought it, but why without discussing it with me? Opening the tablet absent-mindedly, I stumbled upon something shocking. Intimate messages between Christian and a woman named Sonia. It seems like the messaging app is synchronized between his smartphone and the tablet. "It was great to see you again today, Chris. See you tomorrow."
"Yeah, tomorrow. Let's go to a different hotel than usual."
"Yay, I'm looking forward to it. I love you, Chris."
I love you too, Sonia.
I was furious at that moment. What is this man doing with a wife and daughter? I immediately took screenshots and sent them to my phone, placing the tablet back where it was. Afterward, I pretended as if nothing happened at home, but I went to a detective agency and requested an investigation into Christian's actions. Oblivious to all this, my husband continued to be absent from home as usual. One day, Christian said to me,
I'm planning to stay overnight next weekend to visit my dad in the hospital. It's challenging to do it in a day, so I'll stay at my parents' place.
Oh, should I come too? Upon hearing this, Christian had a flustered expression.
No, it's fine. You'll be busy taking care of Mia, right? Stay here.
If that's what you want. I quickly backed off, though it was evident that Christian was lying. I chose to feign ignorance. The following weekend, Christian prepared an overnight bag and eagerly left the house. I conveyed my regards to his father and saw Christian off. About 2 hours after Christian left, my phone rang. Hello, what happened, Courtney? Angelica, I've been trying to call Christian, but I can't get through at all. Our dad is in critical condition. What? I'll come right away. I hung up and immediately called Christian, but it took a while for him to answer. Unable to reach him, I reluctantly got ready and left the house with Mia. When we arrived, my father-in-law was on the verge of passing away. Dad, it's Angelica. Can you hear me? Mia is here too. Upon hearing my voice, my father-in-law faintly smiled as he glanced at Mia. Then he closed his eyes and never opened them again. When the doctor informed us of my father-in-law's passing, my sister-in-law broke down in tears. Where the hell is Christian at a time like this? Courtney, I feel bad saying this at a time like this, but I proceeded to tell my sister-in-law everything. After that, I continued to call Christian from my in-laws' home numerous times. However, his phone remained unreachable. Feeling helpless, I assisted my sister-in-law and prepared for the funeral the next day. As the wake was about to begin, my phone rang.
What's up? You've been calling me multiple times.
In an irritated tone, Christian spoke and I calmly asked him, Where are you right now?
Huh? I told you I'm at my parents' place for my dad's hospital visitation.
Oh, at your parents' place?
What's with you? I'm at the hospital for my dad's visit right now, so I'm hanging up.
That's when I dropped the bomb. Your father passed away.
What?
I delivered the news calmly to my speechless husband over the phone. Yesterday morning, Courtney told me that your dad was in critical condition. I managed to be there for his final moments. I'm currently at your parents' house where you should be, right?
What? Dad passed away? Why didn't you tell me sooner?
I tried contacting you many times. You didn't answer, did you? So, where are you now? Christian stammered on the phone. We're starting the wake now, so I'll hang up. With that, I ended the call. As the wake proceeded without Christian, the relatives became agitated.
Hey, what's Christian doing?
Not attending a parent's funeral. What's going on? Such voices echoed in the venue. However, the wake had to go ahead, so my sister-in-law became the chief mourner. I helped organize the wake with my relatives. As the wake was coming to an end, Christian appeared with a pale face. Oh, you're late. The wake is already ending. As I spoke, the relatives surrounded Christian.
This unlucky guy.
What were you doing? Angry voices were directed at him. Christian mumbled, unable to say anything. That's when I smiled and said, Did you enjoy your trip with Sonia?
Huh?
The relatives looked puzzled, wondering who Sonia was. I took out Christian's tablet that I had brought from home and started reading aloud. This is a conversation you two had the day before your dad passed away. Chris, looking forward to our trip tomorrow.
Being away from my wife and having fun with you, Sonia, it's the best.
Chris, I'll wear new underwear, so look forward to it.
Stop it!
Christian, with a bright red face, snatched the tablet from me. I then scattered various photos on the spot. The photos showed Christian smiling, arm in arm with a young woman entering hotels, and more.
What's this? Did you investigate me?
Yes, I thought something was suspicious, so I hired a detective. Everyone, this man went on a cheating trip and didn't make it in time for his father's last moments. He is a hell of a man." As I said this, the relatives angrily confronted Christian. Unable to say anything, Christian faced their wrath. Then the president of Christian's workplace, who was also his uncle, spoke up.
"Christian, isn't this Sonia woman one of your subordinates? Are you having an affair within the company?" Uncle, no, President, please, listen. From your department, we've received reports several times that you've taken subordinates for field work without returning. I never thought it would be an actual affair. And then to arrive late for your father's funeral, what's going on?"
Christian gets smaller as the president stares at him. The president continued further.
"Christian, I'm firing you." "Huh? Of course, it's obvious. Can I keep someone who, while having a wife and child, gets involved with a subordinate in the company? Prepare yourself. I'm cutting ties with you as family, too." This can't be. What about the talk of me being the successor?"
A terrified Christian, turning pale and trembling, was interrupted by my sister-in-law. "Are you still talking nonsense like that? Do you even realize what you've done?"
Courtney.
There stood my sister-in-law, looking more terrifying than anyone else. When I explained the situation, she was furious. It turns out my sister-in-law had been through a divorce due to her ex-husband's infidelity. She always said, "I'll never forgive cheaters." Her anger, too, that's understandable. "So, Angelica, what are you going to do with him?" Prompted by my sister-in-law, I answered firmly. "Of course, I'm planning to get a divorce. I'll make sure to receive a substantial amount for emotional distress and child support." Upon hearing this, Christian's face turned ghostly pale.
"Angelica, please spare me from divorce. This was just a game."
Christian tried to cling to me, but my sister-in-law intervened with a thunderous voice. "Don't be ridiculous. As Angelica's lawyer, I'll make sure to take a significant amount for emotional distress. Of course, I'm cutting ties with you as family. You will not be allowed to attend your father's funeral. Get out of here right now." Like so, Christian was ejected from the funeral venue, receiving cold glares from all the relatives. Later, my sister-in-law actually served as my lawyer. Thanks to her, my divorce from Christian was successfully finalized, and I obtained a higher-than-average settlement for emotional distress and child support. Christian's uncle, who was also his boss, indeed fired him. Sonia, his affair partner, faced disciplinary action and left the company. I also demanded emotional distress compensation from Sonia. Christian, drained of his savings due to the payments, was cut off from all his relatives. Now, he lives in a crappy apartment. He is desperately job hunting. I hope he does his best to pay child support. As for me, I started a new life with my daughter Mia. At the time of the divorce, my sister-in-law who supported me often sends gifts to Mia. We frequently meet and have tea together. I'm looking forward to my daughter's growth and want to live positively from now on.